Megan. I use she, her pronouns. I'm from Bronxville, New York, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Guilherme Lima. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm a lower from Brazil.
Hey, I'm Aaron Agwekwe. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm a senior from Dallas, Texas.
Hi, I'm Kieran Ramretnam. I am a senior from Newport County, Rhode Island, and I use she, her pronouns.
Hey, I'm Brian. I'm an upper from Reading, Mass, and I use he, him pronouns.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm a lower from the Bronx, New York, and I use she, they pronouns.
Walk to the center.
I read the Phillipian. 3, 2, 1, go.
I read the hot take section most, just over lunch when we're all just have a ton of copies of Phillipian on the table.
8th page in news headlines, but I've never read the sports section.
I don't think I've ever once had the desire to read the Phillipian.
I feel that Andover students are generally inclusive. 3, 2, 1, go.
I think it depends on which Andover students you're talking to. There's some people who are really, really inclusive and will absolutely take you into their friend group or whatever they're doing. But then there's some people who do not do that at all.
I agree, but I think just on average, I think compared to coming from a public school in Texas, I think they're a lot more inclusive in those spaces, and just even in general in the spaces that I come from in my hometown, I think they're more inclusive. So I'd say on the average, Andover students more than what I would see outside the space.
I feel like I have a solid support system at Andover. 3, 2, 1, go.
I feel like you have to go out of your way to find support for Andover, or at least initiate a support session. They don't do a lot of honest check-ins with you, unprompted. They just leave it up to you. If you're struggling, then you have to go to them.
Yeah, I agree, but I think at least there are people who always want to support you, multiple different people. There are people to support you, but sometimes it's just going to those people with your problems. But there are always people there to help you.
I think there's a lot of support in your fellow students and your friends, and that is where personally I find a lot of my support. It can feel hard or scary to go to adults on campus, even though there are systems in place to help support you. Sometimes it can be a little daunting.
I understand the DC system. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I'm cluster co-president, so we've done DC training. You can also sit on DCs as well, so I think it's part of our job to know, and then also I have a lot of friends who've been through the process, so I know it's from a student perspective as well.
Yeah, as a new student, I feel like I've never, no one has ever explained to me what the DC process is. I have I guess a general idea, and my general idea is, I know DC means disciplinary council or something, so that's all I know. I know it exists, I don't know what it is.
I was a new student last year, and I still don't really understand what the DC system is, except for a vague idea, because I have friends who are who are cluster co-presidents, but otherwise.
I feel like Andover prioritizes athletics as compared to robotics, arts, theater, etc. 3, 2, 1, go.
You just look at Snyder and then look at Graves, and that pretty much gives you all you need to say. Also, the new swimming building, so I feel like they invest a lot more in that into arts.
Yeah, and going off of that, the sizes of the places too, when we had the Grasshopper performance, I didn't realize how small the biggest theater space was, and also I feel people just talk about sports more, even the Phillipian and big things at Andover talk about sports more than arts.
I have had a fulfilling educational experience in EBI. 3, 2, 1, go.
EBI tries to address problems, and I think they talk about the right problems. I just don't think they take the right angle at going at it, and it doesn't really produce productive conversations. And then if you don't have the right people in your class to actually have an active discussion, then it really can be, unhelpful.
Yeah, I agree that it depends like from class to class. Like if you have a class that's like open to discussions and like to discuss about these topics, then maybe it's a better experience. But I mean, for me, it's something I don't look forward to every week. So.
Yeah, the execution and the environment just feel very, very off purpose. I appreciate what they try to do, but I think it's done very poorly.
I would send my kids to Andover. 3, 2, 1, go.
I think for this one, I've thought a lot because I think Andover has so many resources that so many other schools just do not have, and like the ability to provide students with experiences that are important to later in their educational career or life, but also like there are many issues at this school, like the amount of student stress, like a lot of the institutional procedures that just hurt in general.
I think it depends on what my kids would be like, because I feel like just without the details of Andover, going to a boarding school is not for everybody. Like, I remember talking to friends before Andover, and they wouldn't have done boarding school just because it was a boarding school. But I think if they wanted to do it, I wouldn't be like opposed to them going.
Yeah, I think it depends on what they're like and what they're passionate about. Certainly this school is very demanding and it's not for everyone. And I think if you're not approaching it with the right mentality, you're not going to get a lot out of it. So I think there's a good chance that there are better alternatives where you can get very applicable experiences and like diverse experiences in like cultures and stuff like that outside of Andover, and potentially an environment that is more like healthy and catered to what a student might want.
I feel like I can prioritize my health at Andover. 3, 2, 1, go.
I think it's very hard to prioritize your health because, sometimes you decide to prioritize your health and then you're behind on schoolwork and then you have more stuff to do and it ends up being more stress. And yeah, it's hard trying to balancing the health aspect with the academic aspect. And I feel sometimes it's like, sometimes there's like nothing you can do. You just need to persevere and, do your stuff and try to manage your health without like that becoming too much of like a burden to your academic work, because it can very easily be.
I mean, like, with the schedules that we have, like, with both academic and, like, extracurriculars, there's so much going on that when you, like, if you even prioritize, like, your mental health by taking off, like, one practice or, like, having to go to psychs, you immediately, like, feel like you're falling behind, or you feel guilty for taking that time for yourself. And, like, there's just not enough space to, like, recover, because even when you come back after that, there's like so much that you now have to do that you don't ever really fully like come back to normal. Like, I know a lot of people have gotten like the campus cold, and nobody's really fully gotten better, because we, like, even if you were able to take like a day off, like, you then have to do so much to catch back up that like you're still kind of like a little groggy.
I feel like I will leave Andover a better person. 3, 2, 1, go.
I think everyone has a different answer for this. I mean, you can do generally, but I think if I compare myself to the person I was freshman year, it's a completely different person in a positive way. So Andover has certainly its challenges and exposes a lot of flaws and areas where we and the school can improve, but I think overall, just as a person, I gained so many academic and interpersonal skills that have benefited me in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, I only came last year and I'm a senior now, but like by virtue of the people that I've met and like the people that I spend a lot of my time with, like I think they have made me a better person. And like academics, like I've definitely improved. But I think just by the environment and like the people that you surround yourself with, there's a lot of improvement to be had or like to be made just because the people here are generally really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think even apart from the academic and the social aspects, which obviously help you, grow as a person and you learn many very important values, lessons. I think even the shortcomings of Andover are gonna help you become a better person. Like we were talking about stress. And yeah, it's like sometimes it's very bad, but like you're gonna grow to become a more resilient person, and yeah, I think even Andover's shortcomings can end up being, beneficial to someone. Okay.
I credit mainly the people and the culture around Andover. I think the institution has a lot of shortcomings that I would say, like, even in my academics, I've been very challenged, but ultimately the knowledge that I've acquired while at this school doesn't feel very applicable. But the people that I've met and the experiences I've had with those people has. So if I could separate it into a social culture and an academic culture, I would say I've improved a lot socially, but academically, I've remained the same.